cups to catch milk, so trying to make sure I don't look like I have these like cone boobs.
What should I do?
What should I do? What should I do?
What should I do?
What are my rights? What are my rights?
What are my rights?
A legal course of action.
A legal course of action.
A legal course of action.
A legal Morse of action.
I honestly thought you were bringing out a crucifix. I'm like, how Catholic are you?
You know, I am Irish from Boston, so.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a brand new episode of Legal Morse of Action. This is Patricio, a.k.a. Rocky. You know what? I've always said the Patricio on this one. That's my new title from here forward, Patricio, a.k.a. Rocky. And of course, the one and only, the most powerful, I already said the one and only, Aaron
the
freaking
most powerful
Norse.
Female attorney in this house.
Yes. We're gonna go with that one. How you doing?
I'm as good as I should be. I'm working on going live on Instagram.
Okay, so we're still. So I'm doing the sound check. You're doing the gram, and
live on Instagram.
There we
Just
go.
got to make sure that my background isn't weird, because that would be.
Well, you're a mom, so like you have that pass of like I'm sorry that that was out on the counter, but I am a mom.
I don't need my pump. What's the orange in the background? It's bread.
It's bread
for lunches. we had to make lunch this morning. I have a 9-year-old.
So during COVID, you had to do a lot of like not in person video, Zooms, Teams, and all that stuff.
I did.
I'm sure there were a couple of opposing counsels.
What?
Opposing counsels or opposing parties like that didn't clean up their background, or they just showed up horribly.
It was a little bit less about cleaning up their background as much as when we were doing, Zoom court during COVID, and even still now some hearings are held via Zoom, is that people were in weird places. Driving is the one that got me every time. I was like, are you really driving? Is this actually happening? So yeah, that one got me the most. I was like, you're driving.
There was a video I saw on Facebook where a gentleman is doing an interview via video, and the lady was like, sir, we don't recommend you driving while we're doing this. He's like, oh, no, I just parked. Can I get a number 5? Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I'm really parked. And like she's seeing, she's like, I can see you ordering food. You just ordered a fish fillet. He's like, no, I didn't.
Yeah, so I shouldn't admit this, but there was one time where like we miscalendared a hearing.
Ooh.
And I didn't realize it. And I wasn't home.
Oh crap.
So what I did was I logged into the hearing, but immediately logged out. And because I knew I wouldn't have a very strong connection.
Of course not.
So because I was worried about that, I was like, hey, I'm sorry I didn't have a strong connection. And the judge could see that I was like in and out of him.
Yeah.
So, but it was only like 1 minute that I had to do that. And then I was like sitting down and I was fine. I was like, I'm really sorry, Your Honor. I didn't realize I had it miscalendared. I was trying to get my stuff together.
You're fast on your feet. You're able to resolve the issue quickly.
Yeah, I felt so bad though. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. My poor client. It's all right. We saved the day, but.
There have been instances where I've been caught with, but the term, your pants down.
Yeah.
And I tend to, talk my way out of a lot of things, especially with just life in general itself. And the other day I had an instance where I had to make something up so fast because both of us were in trouble. And then I'm like, no, you got to say it like this and watch this. And I said it, and then, we were okay with it. Then they looked at me, they're like, you just lied, but we got away with it. Like, I don't want to say it's lying, but we don't have to pay for that extra ticket now, so you're welcome.
Yeah, just shut up.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes it's a white lie. It's a white lie, right?
The
Easter Bunny and Santa Claus.
I wonder where the term white lie came from.
Like white is innocent.
And so an innocent lie.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Got you.
So what would be a black lie?
I didn't kill him, and you did. How every police interview with the guilty party ever. I didn't rob that bank, and they have the video. Like, that's your black lie.
The views and opinions expressed on Legal Morse of Action do not reflect the views and opinions of the law office of Aaron Morse. How you doing, Aaron?
That's what it is. I don't know. I don't think anyone uses that term, but if I had to define it.
Yeah. Cheers.
Mine is straight.
So,
Virgin.
are you able to drink after the baby come out?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I just asked that.
I don't really want her to get drunk.
Baby get drunk off a...
The milk. Yeah.
Oh,
Think about it. Yeah.
interesting.
But you can drink. You can have a drink or two.
Okay.
The idea is if you are sober enough to drive, you're sober enough to feed. So, you know?
Oh, geez. I'm just going to leave that one as it is. Oh. So what has been going on since, because we've been away for about a week and a half.
Yeah.
You had a hearing in BFE yesterday.
Yeah.
How was that one?
It went crazy.
Went crazy?
It's crazy. Okay. It's crazy. It's crazy. We got a lot of more work to do in that case because it's crazy. Crazy.
I don't think
people.
I like the fact that it is crazy because it makes things makes the day go by quicker in the
I
office.
love this client. This case is so ridiculous, if I'm being honest.
I have no idea. Oh, there's a remote there.
I can't put this down. So what? Okay. So, yeah, we're gonna have to like file an appeal. I'm gonna have to do a bunch of stuff in that case. It's gonna be crazy. There's a lot of things I have to say on it, but it's ongoing.
Oh, okay.
They're not
So
very nice.
So you can't really express any views or opinions on said matter.
Yeah, my client is awesome, and we are going to fight as far as we need to fight on this particular case. We will get it done.
Okay. No, that's the attitude. That's
Yeah.
what you get when you call 407-900-7451. There's the banner down there in case you ever need one. Yo, I love the fact that you got me new business cards that actually have the marketing director title on it now, because now just going out there and just like throwing them. And the funny thing is when a card that I give, because the thing about me that you already know, I'm very social. You put me in
What?
you put me in a bar, we're already doing shots later by the end of the night with half the bar.
Right, everyone's your friend.
Yeah. No, we're already best friends on Instagram, all that good stuff. But
I'm like the opposite of that. Even though I'm social and A-type, I'm the kind of person that I'm like, don't talk to me. Let me stop you right now. Don't talk to me. That's happened. We've been out and one of his friends wants to come over and talk to me just to be friendly, and I'm like, I'm gonna stop you right there. Don't.
Is Sam an introvert or an extrovert?
All right, I'm gonna be really honest. I think Sam would like to. I feel like he's both. I feel like he has no problem spending. Like, quarantine was not hard on us,
Yeah.
But I feel like he also has the capability of being really social.
Oh, he totally does.
So he's like AB.
It's I don't want to say it sucks, but like when you're with someone who is complete opposite social skills of you, it tends to put a damper on the relationship because, oh my God,
What?
I don't know if he did it on purpose or what, but the way he has his glove right there just got me. I hate you, Sam. Oh, sorry.
I don't. She'll be up soon. I don't think she can hear.
But I got introduced to an Instagram.
She is the baby that I had who is sleeping.
When I walked in, I kind of, because anywhere I go, I tend to be a little bit loud, and I forget that I don't have a volume control. So now that there's a factor of a baby in the room, I'm like,
And in the office.
I'm
I'm like, the baby's like in an office. Like, what kind of crazy nonsense is that?
you gotta be quiet for the baby.
But luckily, my office is.
Yeah, you're
Set
way
back,
down,
yeah.
way down the way. I love the way our office is set up It's
Mhm.
it's straight. There's no curves. There's no nothing.
No.
I worked at an office where honestly, the first week and a half, I got lost because there were so many rooms and it was a big circle, but there were connections to other places that I didn't even know. Like I ended up in a room like
That sounds like it was retrofitted.
I didn't like it.
Like, they didn't set it up like that, it was
Mm-mm.
just that they had needs, and they're like, "This is your office, we gotta walk through Sandy's office to get to it." Mhm. I didn't really want that.
Did you when you were looking for your office for where you're at right now?
Mhm.
Like how many places did you go to?
I went to none.
Really?
My late husband did commercial real estate,
Oh, that's right.
so he did it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you already had it picked
Yeah,
out and
yeah,
everything.
he was like, "This is what I like, I think you'll like it, whatever." And he's like, "If you don't like it, I'll keep looking," but, he just weeded them down for me. But it was funny because we sublet it at first, now we have the lease directly with the people who own the building, but at
Mhm.
first we sublet it.
Oh, okay.
So, my late husband at the time, was negotiating the deal to sublease it, and, he's going back and forth, he's dealing with all that kind of minutia, and then I walk into the office where my late husband and the person from whom we were gonna sublease was, and he, like, confronts me, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, like, this is a business deal. The 2 of us are discussing, you know, you don't need to be here,"
Oh,
in not so many words.
no.
And I looked at him, and my husband's name was Stephen Morse, and I went, "I'm Erin Morse." I'm like, "You have no deal if I don't sign it." I was like, "So you're making a deal with me?" I was like, I know you think you haven't met me, but I'm the lawyer. He's not even an attorney. He can have no ownership in this business." And I just remember obviously I've had this personality forever. So my late husband, he said that, and I literally saw my Steven, we'll call him Steven. I saw Steven just go.
That was his name.
Yeah. Well, everybody listening to this doesn't know that. They
Okay,
only
okay.
know Sam. So when I say husband, they might think it's Sam.
You killed Sam? What?
So I see him just do one of these. He went almost like he was like, "You done fucked up." So and then after I said it, he started laughing because the guy was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and I'm like, "Glad. All right, well, why don't you handle the negotiations here and just let me know if there's anything I need to do."
It's funny to see someone's reaction when they realize that they fucked up.
Yeah.
Like the look of like, oh crap. And I'm sure like when you're dealing with a case, whether it's in court via in person or virtually, when you make an argument or you throw out a piece of evidence, like you can see opposing counsel and opposing parties' reaction to like,
I live for it. It's why I do this. It's my favorite thing to do. I love it. Happened 4 times in my hearing yesterday.
yesterday.
Yeah. I don't know, the days blend together now. It did. It happened a couple times where an opposing counsel was like, "Objection."
See, what
I don't-
happened was
And when you object in Florida, you need to have a legal basis to object. You can't just be like, "Objection, it hurts my case," or those things are called speaking objections, and they're not allowed in Florida. So your objection has to have a legal basis, relevance, whatever. There's a number of them. So when she objected, and she had like this stuttering speaking objection, the judge was like, "Overruled." and then the judge went, "And I want to hear the answer." I was like, "This is interesting, right?" So
I mean that is some really was it BDE in the room when like you pull one of those off.
yeah, it's satisfying.
Yeah.
I know you've seen it happen.
Oh, I've seen. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have, and it is very very satisfying to pull that one off. But no,
It's
going.
happened, and then as a result of what I filed and what came forward, they dismissed their case. It's wild. Crazy.
When your name shows up on the docket, shit tends to happen, and sometimes you don't even be in the room when it happens.
There's been a couple of times where my clients have come back to me, and the case like spins, like their ex or soon to be ex kind of has this just spinning reaction to seeing my name come through.
Now that I'm sorry, I just had I had a realization that every criminal case that you've done has been dismissed.
They fucking lose their mind.
Holy crap.
Bat in 1,000.
We're just moving on. Moving on. Okay.
That particular
Yeah.
essay does not like me.
It's God, I want to practice freaking criminal law already. God damn.
I should take her out for a drink so she stops hating me so much. Send her flowers.
Did you see some Instagram posts these past few days?
No.
It's I don't want to talk bad, and I don't. But I don't know. I wish you the best, but it's.
You'll have to show me.
Yeah, I'll have to show you. Any new shows you've been watching lately?
Have we talked about this? I'm on a little bit of a 16 and pregnant kick. I shouldn't admit that. We got Paramount Plus. We watch a lot of movies.
Sam. There we go.
That's the one. That's
Aaron,
yeah.
Connor, Sam. There we go.
Yeah,
Sam. Before the show started, he was showing me the trailer for a movie that he just seen, and I'm like, okay, now I want to watch it. He's like, well, I'll hook you up with the login, and I'm like, okay, well, I got to give you a login for something that you don't have.
What?
No, well, I don't know. Like, do you guys have HBO, right?
No.
Okay, so I'll trade you an HBO.
We have Paramount Plus. We have Netflix. We have
got the Netflix. You got the Amazon.
Hulu. We have Hulu. We have
ESPN. Disney Plus.
We have Disney Plus. We don't have ESPN.
You should actually look into the bundle with ESPN. Do you have the commercials with Hulu?
Mm-hmm.
Get the Disney Plus bundle because you get the Disney Plus, Hulu,
I have
and
Disney
ESPN.
Plus through Verizon.
Oh, okay. It's raining.
Okay, there's a baby crying.
Okay.
Let me go get a little squawkadoo.
That's fine. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, whenever you wow, I'm drawing a blank and I can't even get this going. Yeah, get the Disney Plus package because you can get the bundle with Hulu and ESPN. And this is literally just me filling time right now since Aaron left the show, and I'm having a beer, enjoying a nice Pat's Blue Ribbon right now. You know, peace of America. But no, I do got some questions. We did get some questions for Aaron as she comes in with Lily, and we'll be getting those up and going momentarily. Let me apply, copy. Oh, that's right.
Sorry. We can do it all, right?
Yeah, no, you multitask like a mother. Huh. I wasn't even trying on that one. I really was. There we go. Okay. So no, it's Friday. We have a 3-day weekend. It's going to be a good time. Technically, it could have been a 4-day weekend because of Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah, it could have, but you know.
Yeah, we got to work. Don't worry, the camera's off of you.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, why?
Oh, your Instagram.
Should turn it on you. Don't you? Yeah, there you go. Just for a minute.
Just for a minute, people. Hi, everybody on the Instagrams. Oh, your battery's low too. I feel good too.
Yeah,
I haven't charged my phone all day today.
I'm so bad with that.
And I used to get like really anal about my phone getting below 75% when I first got my phone.
Not me. I've never been like that ever.
I need 75 or above to be in the sane mode. But when it gets below that, it's like, all right, no more viewing, no more. Let me cut back on the social media, and then I get to 22%. Now I'm freaking out.
Oh no, not me. I'm at like 4%. I'm like, I'm good. I've got some time.
Well, because Apple has good battery life.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. You can put the camera back on.
Okay.
We good. I can do this.
You can do it. You good?
I can do it.
Okay. Let me bring this camera back up. There we go. And luckily the bar covers that, so you don't even see Lily on the Facebook Live feed.
You can't see.
Wow, it is pouring out there.
I know. I like the rain.
As do I. It's soothing.
It is.
Anywho,
All right, so we have questions.
yes, we do.
We have questions.
We do. We have a couple of
I
questions.
have answers.
All right, let's pull it
And
up.
if I don't, I'll come up with something to say. Send you in the right direction.
Perfect. So first one coming up. And let's blow you up. My ex-husband is a cop and keeps bothering me and wanting me to take him back and take him off child support. To be honest, it's getting a bit. I'm getting a bit scared because he tends to get aggressive. What can I do?
Well, you are in control and you consent to all of your relationships. So definitely don't take him back because it doesn't sound like that will be a healthy and safe relationship for you. So I want to start there. That's just person to person human advice, right? So once, we move past that as an issue, he wants him to be taken off child support. That's really unkind of him. And I hope you show him this video because child support is for the benefit of your child. And if the amount of child support that he's paying is less than your rent, then that's an appropriate amount of child support. So I don't know why he's so desperate not to support his child. That's pretty unkind. But, what you can do is stop answering the phone. Don't talk to him. Don't let him ask you about this. Or hire me and tell him to come talk to me about it.
You do have a way of shutting people the hell up. There have been so many times, and I'm telling you this from experience, where Aaron has grabbed the phone and put people in their place. Like, they'll call the office like, who did this person think she is? And, she can't tell me how to talk to my wife or my kid's mother and all that good stuff. I don't know why I just went Southern right there. But yeah, you've gotten, BDE on these people and you've shut them the hell up. And I love that about you. Can't wait till I have to get divorced.
Soon, Patricio, soon.
Like that's horrible to say. Like, I can't wait to get divorced because
I dare someone to try and divorce me.
Marry me and see what happens. No, wow, no, that's even worse to say.
No, well, the hope is that you guys would be able to come to a peaceful and amicable resolution.
Yeah.
Because you have,
mutual love and respect for each other.
That's right.
That's how relationships work, right?
That's how they end all the time.
It's a two-way streak.
But yeah, and every divorce ends in a peaceful agreement where both of you feel great about the agreement.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. Oh.
It's okay.
Second question of the evening. I've been trying to get a divorce for 5 years, and he stays in the pen and won't sign. Oh wait, did we got that one last week?
I'll answer it again, though.
Yeah. So
you're entitled to a divorce, and you'll get your divorce. Set it for final hearing.
So he won't sign the papers or anything.
He doesn't need to agree to your divorce. You can have a judge adjudicate whatever he's not going to agree to.
So, all right, and
even if he's in jail.
I don't know if I've asked this question before, but basically, if my wife and I are together, and then she wants to file for divorce, but like I don't want a divorce, I want to try and fix the marriage.
Too bad, so sad.
So if one wants a divorce, that person gets a divorce.
Yeah.
So if one wants to try and fix
just
the
like
marriage,
if someone says, "I want to break up with you," what do you do if you don't want to break up?
Fair. But what if we need counseling? What if we need to try this? What if we need to try that?
If someone goes, "I don't want to have counseling," what happens? Do they have to go to counseling?
Fair.
So, not that it's the same thing, but we should, when someone says this to me, "But I don't want them to divorce me and I'm going to stop them from divorcing me," that's actually like a question of consent, right?
Okay.
So it's the same idea when people, I'm going to get into this hot button issue, right?
Do it.
Rape. When people
wow.
I'm telling you, like, this is the same idea. It's control, right? It's control over another person.
Okay.
Control over their body and control over their life in demanding that they stay married to you. So in the same way that if someone is, for example, asleep,
mm-hmm.
do you know if they want a cup of tea?
The person sleeping?
Yeah. Do they want to drink a cup of tea if they are sleeping?
You don't know.
Right.
Because they're sleeping.
Okay.
Okay.
Same goes for sex. That's really, if you
Oh,
think about it, right? So consent is a real simple issue. So if this person says to you outright, I do not want tea, and I do not want to stay here and have tea with you,
mm-hmm.
can you force them to stay and have tea?
No, you can't.
Same goes with a divorce.
I- all right, I have the stupidest question to ask
it.
you.
It.
I've been in relationships where that's happened. You know, the person has asked for tea in the middle of the night, and I'm knocked out, or vice versa.
No.
It's cool to wake up to a cup of tea in the middle of the night. It's great.
But if this is a conversation that the two of you have had, that this is
No,
okay, that's different.
No, I'm just asking in general. Like, what's usually like your reaction when you get tea in the middle of the night, and well, basically you're waking up to tea.
I don't.
You don't mind it.
But so my thoughts on that as a scenario is that's a discussion that me and my significant other would have had prior.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the difference.
Yeah.
So he would know that I want tea, just like when he goes to Dunkin' Donuts and gets coffee. He knows I probably want a coffee.
Yeah.
So he comes home with a coffee.
You trained
right?
them well.
Yeah. Right? Not a bad idea. And then if I decide once the coffee is in my hand that I'm like, I don't want this, the answer is okay, then put the coffee over here. Right?
Not a mind reader, Karen. I mean, shit. Sorry.
Just ask, man. Just ask. We'll tell you.
I filed a paternity case to establish my parental rights, but my ex just moved to Canada with her parents. Is she able to do that?
So I'm going to answer this based on Orange County. In Orange County and in Florida, because Florida has a law on this. In Orange County, the answer is no, and you could get the child to come back, or at least mom and child, perhaps, or at a minimum, the child to come back. If this happened to you, please call me so that we can take action. You must take action swiftly.
Would it make any certain difference if it were like the Bahamas, Caribbean, anything like
60
that?
miles from where they live. They cannot move once a cause of action has been filed and they've been served. Service is kind of your magic
Gotcha.
piece here.
So as long as like they've been served, they really have to like abide to the rules of the court.
Yeah.
To where the filings had happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you
sorry.
need to file, and you need to file quick.
Yeah. Canada.
Canada.
All right, let's see. I just found out that my husband was cheating on me with a close friend of ours. We just bought a second property and we have 2 kids. He refuses to leave the home and refuses to sign the divorce papers. Oh, wow.
Do you want tea? If you do not want tea, you need not have tea. He doesn't need to sign the divorce papers. I will make a judge order him to take the action. If you do not want tea, you need not have tea.
I gotta remember that. I gotta mark that one because like that right there is the. Give me 1 second. I actually have to respond to this one. I am so sorry.
No tea for you. It's all right. I'll get you out of tea time. So give me a call and let's get you divorced. And we will deal with the property with equitable distribution, and we will deal with the parenting plan and parental responsibility, and make sure that we find what's equitable with your assets and liabilities, and make sure that we figure out what ends up in the best interest of the minor child. And if he doesn't want to sign the papers and he doesn't want to sign at mediation, he can go against me at trial. If it seems like something that feels really comfortable to him to have me on the other side of a table asking him questions about his cheating, I can't wait.
Oh.
Now, cheating doesn't make any difference in the divorce, but there are certain elements and reasons why it would come into court. And if I need to ask those questions, I will. I assure you, he will be disappointed in how he feels while I am.
It doesn't matter how he feels.
Yeah. You can't handle the truth.
I was going off the Rock. Oh, has the Rock done a bad movie? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if the Rock's done a bad movie. I love the Rock.
I do too.
Like he can't do wrong in my
The
eyes.
Rock for president.
Amen. There would. Yeah, I totally would.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, let him rock.
Cheers.
Cheers to the Rock being president.
So I have a funny story. Whenever like drinks come out
Mhm.
and there's like a table full of drinks and someone doesn't tell me beforehand that they want to cheers, I always end up drinking my drink and they're like, oh, cheers. Ugh. I'm like, I drank it. Happens to me all the time.
You and every other freaking Becky, Charlotte, Karen piss me off every time when we freaking do that.
Charlotte, Karen.
No, it's like, what do you think of me? I'll be there. I'll be there at 6:15. Jesus.
I usually admit that I'm going to be late.
No, I'm never late.
I admit it.
A wizard never arrives late. He arrives precisely when he is needed. I don't know why I just quoted Lord of the Rings.
I was like, I don't know where we're going with this one.
No, and this is a conversation that I've had with other people. Time is so precious, and I value
Babies
time
are precious.
with my friends, my family, everybody. And if I tell you I'm going to be there at 6:15, it's because I've already planned everything
Because you
out.
don't have kids.
Oh no. Oh, okay, no, I can't say that because I know the day I have kids and then I'm 5 minutes late, you'll be like, Patricio, remember that time when we did the show and you said time was precious? Fuck you.
Have I been wrong yet?
No, you haven't.
Hi, princess.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, my wife just asked me for a lump sum of alimony. It's less than what I owe her, but I get out early. Is this allowed, or can she come back later and ask for the rest?
So if the two of you sign an agreement to this effect and get a final judgment, meaning you need to make sure that you do those things, this is absolutely allowed. You and your wife can come to an agreement about nearly anything that isn't illegal, right? So no forcing tea. And if that's what you want to do, you can absolutely do that. I got you. I'll prepare the paperwork and file it and get you an order, and you won't even have to go see a judge. It'll be done. It'll be done.
There are a lot of cases that you don't have to see the judge when you deal with Aaron. It's the
Judges a lot of times will accept an order from attorneys, especially attorneys they know, without having a final hearing, especially for modifications and a lot of times for paternity actions. Now lately they've been adding an extra procedure or form that you fill out and you can avoid a final hearing on divorces. Other counties will allow this, but for some reason Orange County always had this standard: you have to have a final hearing even if you have on a dissolution, even if you have full agreement.
Okay. And I appreciate you adding more information and more facts to that when you saw me diddling with the soundboard and away from the mic. So thank you so much.
Don't tell them that's what I was doing. I'm just being saucy.
Well,
I'm
I'm appreciating you for.
You could tell me off mic.
Fine.
It was seamless.
Ugh.
It was seamless.
It really was, but I have to compliment your seamlessness. There we go. I was ordered to pay child support, and I've been. I was ordered to pay child support, and I've been sending her checks for the past 2 years, but for the past 3 months, she hasn't cashed them. Would this bring any problems for me?
If the checks bounce.
If she's not cashing them, that's
no. You sent the check. I would make sure you have a copy of the check, right? Like you normally would. And if she's not cashing them, she's not cashing them.
And that wouldn't hurt the father or the person sending the child support.
No, just like if he gave her cash with a receipt, don't give her cash. Don't give her cash, and she doesn't take it, then she doesn't take it. Sometimes this is the reason. God bless you.
Bless you.
This is the reason why having a court order for an income deduction order is ideal, because you still owe the money even if you don't pay it. So even if you're like, oh, I didn't get around to paying it for 3 months, isn't that fine? No, it's not. You still owe it. They can come back and get it.
My apologies.
It's real over here.
Piece of America came out right there.
In the law office of Aaron Morgan, we got reality, babies, and
rain and beer and all that good stuff. This is America.
This is work from home. This is what COVID looks like.
I couldn't. I had realized after 10:30 this morning, because when we had talked earlier this week about doing the show, you were like, "Oh, we'll do it, during office hours," and I'm like, "Yes." Disney on Ice. It'll be fine. Perfect. No problem. And then holy moly, that you could see the rain. Well, I mean, you could still see the rain, but it's like,
Why does this surprise you? It rains every day in Florida.
I know, but it's like raining harder.
Yeah.
These kind of rains in Florida actually
It's just that you don't look at them because oftentimes you're working or driving in it.
fair.
It looks like that every time.
Rain.
What, you realized I wasn't coming into the office?
Yeah, I realized you weren't coming after a certain time. Like I kind of realized
Yeah.
you're not going to do it. You're not going to
Yeah,
come in.
there's like a specific window on if I'm coming in the office, because after that time I'm like, man, not worth it.
And then there are times where like we're having a day, or you're having a day, and after a certain hour, I'm like, yeah, she's not going to want to do a show. And 9 times out of 10, you're like, freaking move it, Patricio.
I'm like, raw. Yeah. Well, sometimes family law is stressful.
Yeah.
So, and I have these. I have 2 of these, but one of them's a lot bigger. I put more like water into the little sponge thing, and it became bigger.
Next question coming up. It is, if my kid's mother has a suspended license and she's still driving the kids around, could I file something for putting the kids in danger and breaking the law?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's breaking the law, bro.
Yes. No other information. Yeah, there's a motion you can file. But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to prove both her loss of license. So make sure you have and can find evidence on that, and you have it handy, and make sure you can also prove that she's actually been driving. Because she'll just go to court and go, I haven't been driving. My boyfriend drives me. It was my car, but my boyfriend drives me.
There have been so many times, like I've been in a hearing with my attorney, and this was not for my case. This is for someone else's, where the Board of Administrative Review will ask the individual, well, how'd you get here? And immediately they're like, yeah, suspension reinstated. Dude, don't drive to a hearing when you have a suspended license. And here's the thing, and I'm gonna, you know what? It's soapbox time for me, real quick.
What?
If you have a suspended license, if you have a suspended license, believe me, I've been there. It sucks. You got to bite the bullet. You got to take care of the fines. You got to take care of your classes. Don't put it off to the last minute. Get it done, because believe me, it's going to bite you so hard in the ass down the road that it's going to cost you even more money and more time. And you saw that, right?
Yeah, the lights flickered.
The flickering. Okay, I'm off the soapbox. So get your license.
Do the right thing, man.
See something, say something.
That's right. See the baby mermaid? Oh, we got some spit up.
Oh. So last question right here. I have a parenting plan in place, and my child's father wants to modify for more time and less money. I know that he's making more money than what he was. What can happen?
Well, in order to get, this is a good one. In order to have a modification of anything in a parenting plan, you need to have a substantial and unanticipated change in circumstances. Okay.
Such as?
So again, and let's break that down. Substantial and unanticipated change in circumstances. So your change in income due to the change of a job, due to, getting a promotion, getting a demotion, something like that. That's a substantial and unanticipated change in circumstances. And it usually needs to be right around the 25% mark. So as far as timesharing goes,
Hi, Kirsten.
that becomes a bit more of a gray area. So when timesharing, again, it needs to be substantial. And I want more time is not substantial. I wish I had more time, not unanticipated. God bless you.
Oh.
Is, they're older and now they're in middle school, so I think I should have more time, is not unanticipated.
If the father or mother is asking for more time and, wanting to pay less child support,
Please don't put I just want to pay less child support in your pleadings ever. I think I should pay less child support. It's not fair because it's too much money.
Yeah.
Like, don't put that. The judge is going to be like, denied.
Is it?
Oh, it'd be a great motion to dismiss.
does the father or the mother have to provide in their home like a child a room separately for the child?
No,
No.
no.
So there's not an obligation like whether the kid shares a room or the child sleeps with the parent in the room or anything like that.
Now, so again, that's going to go into the factors
Uh-huh.
because, if you're saying, let me back up. The court is not going to punish poverty or not going to say that because you don't have enough money, you shouldn't have time sharing, right?
Okay.
You have a 2-bedroom house and you have 2 kids, and they share a room, that's fine. No judge is going to be like, well, them sharing a room, that reason alone, you shouldn't have your children. Or and then the other argument on that basis is, how is it okay that they have the children sharing a room 2 nights or 3 nights every other weekend? That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But 4 nights one week and 3 nights another week somehow is harmful.
Okay.
How do you bridge that logic? You can't. So I love when people argue it. I'm like, yeah, tell the judge that. I'm like, I can't wait for you to say it. Say it out loud. Make sure you speak into the microphone so the court reporter gets it.
So with this this individual, if they actually file their financial affidavit, provide their check stubs and their pay stubs and their bank statements, and it does show that they're making a significant larger amount of money,
More or less.
More or less.
Yep, more money or less money.
Yeah. According to the child support guidelines, that their payments may be altered. Right.
Yep. So that can happen, of course.
Yeah.
You guys can modify this by agreement if the two of you want to agree.
Mm-hmm.
If mom is like, hey, they're older and middle schoolers are a lot of hard work, and dad, I want you to have more time, and I'm going to send them there with the old shoes so you can buy them new shoes. You know what I mean? Send them over there. Be like, oh, this weekend they need to have a backpack. Make sure you get it. Have a nice day. Right?
Yeah.
Hold them responsible. Let dad be equally as responsible, and let him have equal time. If you're like, you know what, they're sassy a lot, or I got a promotion at work and I need to be working more hours and having this equal time or a change in time sharing, do it. Do it.
Do it.
But an example of a substantial change in circumstances would be if, say, dad went from being a person who worked in an office with a 9-to-5 job, and then he got a job as a firefighter where he has to work 24 hours.
Yeah.
So typically firefighters work 24 hours on, 48 hours off. Okay.
Okay.
If you have whatever kind of parenting plan that looks like, because you need a very specific one for firefighters, which I can do and have recently litigated. So I had a consultation who was like, it was really cute. He's like, I have a real weird schedule because I'm a firefighter. And I'm like, I got you. I've done a couple of these trials. I know what your schedule looks like.
Because
how can I do 50-50 time sharing? And I'm like, you have in a month more days off than you have on.
You
let
me worry about that, boo-boo.
Yeah, I was like, I got you. I was like, why would you not have them an equal amount of time? You would still have days off and working days where you don't have your children in the month. I'm like, that's, Anyway, so if you become a firefighter from somebody who worked 9-to-5, that's a substantial change. And it's unanticipated. You didn't know you'd become a firefighter, or you weren't sure it would go through. And now that you're when you're on shift for 24 hours, during your time sharing, it would be prudent of that to change. Yeah. There are a number of other circumstances, some more extreme, some sad, some more harder fights that are more case specific, but that's the best example that I can come up with in this moment. Your schedule changes so that time sharing is near impossible. So good luck. Hey, whatever happens. The best luck if you hire me. Exactly. That's how you. In her experience, there's no such thing as luck. Yeah. Oh my Not lucky. I'm hardworking. Yeah, exactly. Oh crap! All right, those are actually all the questions. You have a 3-day. Well, we have a 3-day weekend because of Labor Day this Monday. So if you're unaware, when the courts are closed, we tend to close shop as well. Generally. And yeah, like, what do you have planned for Labor Day? And don't say work. Oh, I don't. We lost a pacifier to the floor. Oh no. To the floor gods. I am probably gonna hang out with this nugget who isn't really big enough to be out in public yet. So we've been just keeping her, home,
Oh.
making sure she, eats and then throws it back up. So we put it in her, and then it comes out. Comes out the top hole that's on this part, or the bottom hole.
So any final thoughts as we wrap up the week?
No, pay your child support. If somebody doesn't want tea, you cannot make them have tea. You can't make them drink the tea. Don't drink the tea. They can't drink tea.
407-900-7451 or go to morse-firm.com if you'd like to set up a consultation with attorney Morse or one of the attorneys at the law office of Aaron Morse. It tends to be an ugly fight. Make sure you have a good attorney on your side when you go into this battle, because it's not easy, and you don't need to do it alone. So 407-900-7451, morse-firm.com. Exactly what Lily said. And that translates to
pterodactyl.
and that translates to have a good night.